Adultery is nothing new. After all, it made number 7 of the 10 Commandments. But these days, cheating is no longer secret men's business. Now, a woman is every bit as likely to stray as her husband, and she doesn't even need to leave home. The internet is the desperate housewife's best friend, with whole websites now devoted to connecting unfaithful partners. But whether it's he or she who does the dirty, one thing doesn't change. Someone is going to get hurt.
My feet, there's my head.
The love and laughter of a happy family. On a day out with their young son Callum, Laurie and Steve Moore seem to have found the secret to marital bliss.
It tickles my tummy.
I literally shake with excitement at how happy my life is some days. Wow. I've never felt this happy before.
Look at the beautiful.
But not so long ago, this seemingly perfect marriage was torn apart by infidelity. And the cheating partner was Laurie.
There was guilt, there was lots and lots of guilt. I just would stop it quickly.
Did you ever admit to yourself that you were having an affair?
I wouldn't let my thoughts go that far. I just didn't think about being caught. I don't know. I have no idea what I was thinking at the time. It felt like it wasn't me.
I didn't really know what to think. My stomach was churning, and we were just, that was it. That was the rock bottom. So,
In the past, a husband was statistically more likely to cheat than his wife. But more and more women, like Laurie, are being tempted to stray from the bounds of the everyday by the thrill of an illicit affair.
You just get complacent, you know, you work, you sleep, and you barely talk to each other.
Argue.
You argue a lot.
Yeah.
And I probably spent about 5 years speaking to Steve's back while he played computer.
I didn't think it was as bad as it was. I didn't really have the idea of how unhappy Laurie was. And I just thought we could work it out.
Married 9 years, a new baby, busy lives. Steve and Laurie's story is all too familiar among young Australian couples.
The gulf between us was getting bigger and bigger, and it was getting to the point where it was getting harder and harder to, I don't know, just to be involved with each other, wasn't it? Really.
That's when Laurie started looking elsewhere and found a wide world of possibilities right at her fingertips on the internet.
I found somebody that gave me what I needed at that time, or what I thought I needed. I just wanted to be wanted. And he listened, and he was, you know, pretty much there for me whenever I wanted.
He was a charming American in a chat room who became her secret confidant. Laurie convinced herself chatting wasn't cheating, but the flirting and deception had begun.
You were pouring your heart out to him online?
Yes. Yeah.
Telling him everything that you couldn't tell Steve?
Yes.
How would you describe what you were doing, what this relationship online was?
I thought it was fulfilling my needs, but it was just messing things up.
But Laurie was caught up in the thrill of her forbidden love and would soon abandon her husband and young son to fly across the world into the arms of another man, revealed to the world as a cheating wife. It would appear a lot of Australians are moving about their busy daily life carrying a closely guarded secret, that they're cheating on their partner. Believe it or not, infidelity is now the silent partner in a third of all serious relationships. And women are being just as unfaithful as men. To Noel Biederman, the rising infidelity rate offered a golden business opportunity. To cash in, he created AshleyMadison.com, a dating site exclusively for those who are married or partnered, but looking for an affair. And he knew women would be his best customers.
The entire landscape is set up to attract women, to make them feel comfortable. And so everything I did from day one was to attract women to the service. And I think that's been the secret to our success.
Adulterous Americans have already made Noel a multi-millionaire.
Isn't it time for Ashley Madison?
And Australians are adding to his fortune. When he launched his website here, the system almost crashed as 200,000 people rushed to sign in.
So that's a remarkable start. That really leads me to believe that there's at least 1 million Australians would sign up and use my service, and that would be a heck of a good business for me.
You think 1 million of us want to be unfaithful?
I know 1 million of you want to be unfaithful. The question is, can I get to you?
But you can't really measure the tears and the anguish after people go online. You can't get a handle on that, really.
Yeah,
can you?
I guess how I am able to sleep at night is by the notion that I again believe that this infidelity would take place no matter what, come hell or high water. I didn't invent it. These people were going to stray. If you think I'm manufacturing infidelity, I suppose then you can get really angry at me. But nobody's that good of a marketer. Nobody's that talented.
Well, this is a bar. It's probably a bit old-fashioned for you.
A knowing look across a crowded bar was once the way to connect. But Noel Biederman's dating site offers a far more private rendezvous.
Michael, meet your matchmaker. This is Noel.
Nice to meet you. Finally, meet you.
In fact, online infidelity is so discreet, Noel has never laid eyes on any of his thousands of satisfied customers until tonight.
I never thank you enough. Oh yeah, that's great. This is so beautiful.
Our life.
Stefania and Michael Meyer were both unhappily married when they met and began an affair on Noel's website. But even internet cheating leaves evidence, and Stefania's husband of 11 years found it.
One night he found all my emails from Michael, and that kind of fast-paced everything.
You got caught out cheating.
Flat out,
Yes.
I got caught.
How much did you hurt him?
A lot. He, I'll be honest, he kicked me out of the house right away. I wasn't allowed to come back that night.
I love you.
The sad fact is that infidelity will always hurt someone. But for at least Stefania, there was a happy ending. They divorced their former spouses and married each other. And just to show their commitment, both cancelled their online dating subscriptions.
We're right for each other. Obviously, we weren't right for other partners, but we're right for each other. We're happy.
Like Stefania, Laurie Moore thought she'd found her soulmate online. And unbeknown to her husband Steve and son Callum, had organised to leave them for a new life in America. But she too failed to cover her tracks.
Well, I came home one day from work and Laurie had a Facebook page open, and it was up there, and I just jumped on a computer, and there was just this conversation there, and Laurie was talking to this guy about wanting to go to America and meet this guy, and it was a shock to the system.
You must have been gutted.
Yeah, I was upset and distraught, and I just had a lot of thoughts go through your head, do with Callum and just the way I'd been for years, and yeah, it was a shake-up. We were just, that was it. That was the rock bottom. So,
Laurie, you'd been caught out.
Yes, badly. Yeah.
And did you shut this down? Did you stop this affair?
No, I didn't.
Instead, Laurie went through with her plan to leave. She abandoned her marriage for a new love, a new life, and the bright lights of Las Vegas.
You'd walked away from your husband and your son.
Yes, to do some crazy thing,
Chasing this man in
fly
America.
across the world. It was just way out of character for me.
In the end, the man for whom she'd given up everything didn't live up to the dream. She suddenly realised the enormity of what she'd done and what she'd lost.
I I felt like an arm was missing, and it was quite horrendous for me. And plus I had this whole, oh, I shouldn't be here, it doesn't feel right. I thought, I'm in a different country, what am I doing? It was like I'd come to myself. And then it just wasn't a good time at all. It felt wrong. Everything was wrong.
You got back home.
Right home, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Too shiny, maybe?
Not many couples come through an extramarital affair and survive.
Could be a bit see-through.
The Australian divorce rate is now almost 50%. And Sydney sex author Holly Hill believes that's because we've got marriage all wrong. Monogamy is simply not a natural state.
We need to change the recipe because the end product keeps failing. You know, we are not going to change the biology of human beings, so we have to change the way we think about our relationships.
I've got the earrings that I like.
Holly practices what she preaches. She and her long-term partner, Phil Dean, allow each other to seek sexual fulfilment outside the relationship.
I guess our relationship's all about negotiated infidelity, so it's about negotiating what each other needs. I'm happy to share my slack, if you like, with other women.
Holly admits this open relationship takes a lot of trust and tolerance, but she maintains it's the only way to avoid the deadly trap of monogamy monotony.
Would your relationship survive if you each stopped sleeping with other people?
I think it would survive. I suspect it probably wouldn't be as good.
No, it wouldn't be as good, I don't think.
Because I think we would end up taking each other for granted. If we weren't seeing other people and I was seeing this special person beside me every day for 50 years, he might not seem so special.
She's always winning.
Certainly Steve and Laurie's brush with infidelity taught them to appreciate what they had with each other.
What did this affair do to your marriage?
Well, yeah, it saved our marriage.
Yeah, I wouldn't condone to everyone to run out and have an affair, but it saved our marriage. If this didn't happen, we couldn't be where we are right now.
Gee, it's a tough, complicated way to work out your marriage.
Sure is, and expensive.
They've given their marriage and each other a second chance, and it's working. They're like newlyweds all over again.
We were surviving last time. Before this, we were surviving. And now, I to be honest, I have never known such happiness as we have now. I've never been happier in my life, ever.
He's not letting go of you.
It's good.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.